Today on Selling Houses.
There's nothing about this room that makes you walk in and go, oh, wow, this is a lovely space. Even your fish looks a bit bored.
Three rival sellers snoop each other's houses.
What is it?
It's a small room.
I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to be.
I mean, how do you talk to each other?
I don't know, megaphones or something, maybe?
Things get fruity.
Everybody, when they came in, commented on this and said it was very orange.
It is
very
orange.
It's horrible.
Then they get a week and £1,000 to make changes.
Fairly average carpentry skills.
What's the difference between pink and dusky pink?
It's dusky.
All competing to win an offer from my buyer.
What's your gut telling you about this one?
My gut feeling is, yeah, I quite like it.
I'm in North Wessex, birthplace of King Alfred the Great, famous for bashing the Vikings and burning the cakes. Though the only invasions Wessex faces these days are tourists and house hunters. Property prices are up 9% compared to last year alone. Fantastic news for my three sellers, all hoping to win an offer from my buyer, accountant Holly, who's looking for a family home for herself, her husband and their two children.
I guess this is the forever family home that you're looking for, isn't it? You've got two children, 6 and 5.
No more house moving after this.
OK,
Yeah.
so your wish list, what does it have on it? What's sort of top of the list?
Top of the list. So that living family space would be ideal,
Right.
or somewhere where we could create that living space. We work from home,
Right.
so an area where we can work.
Let's say, for argument's sake, you saw a cottage, but you could make it very modern. Would that be something that would interest you?
It would be nice to have a quirky, unique-looking property. We're not that fussy, but we know what we're looking for. And it's getting that gut feeling, but also the practical element.
In some ways, you've got so many sort of options that I guess it makes it quite difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think we need to hone it down a little bit.
Fine. Well, that's my job. I'll hone it down for you.
Excellent, yeah, that's great.
For that forever home with open plan living space, Holly has a budget of £600,000. All three of my houses today have got something that will appeal, but before I can show Holly round, there's work to be done. First up is Anne, who's buddied up with her best friend, painter and decorator Tanya. Anne's selling her family home with shabby chic lounge downstairs and 3 beds upstairs to get out of a sticky situation.
I've bought a house in France and I had to borrow privately and very, very unfairly, those people really would quite like to be paid back. So I'm afraid the only way to actually do that is to release the equity in the house.
After being on the market for 6 weeks with only one viewing, Anne's aware some areas of the property need attention.
My daughter's bedroom is probably actually a little bit young for her now. So I think perhaps that's one of the ones that I would have tackled next to make a difference to the house. Up at the top, I've got a posh shed. Well, I don't think you've ever been in it, have you?
No, I haven't been in it, no.
It's kind of a bit of an afterthought, really, I think, probably.
Lucky then for Anne that decorator Tanya is on hand to help.
We appreciate each other's taste, but our taste is quite different. I think Anne's more of a classic.
Yes, you're funkier
And I'm a bit more retro and
She's a hippie.
bold. Yeah.
This 3-bed detached cottage with its childish bedroom and overlooked outside lacks a real sense of adventure. It's the cheapest of my 3 properties today, with a guide price of £450,000. Next up, boiler seller Steve and his wife Kathy, who are selling their 4-bed bungalow with open-plan living room and immaculate garden.
The reason we're needing to move is because of relocation of job to Cornwall.
And we would like to move down.
And be together again, apart from 1 day or 2 days every 2 weeks.
We want to be together, don't we?
We would be together.
Could be a bit of a wait, as the house has been on the market for over a month with just 1 viewing. Maybe something to do with their love of neutral colour choices.
We decorated the house purely as white. It is a blank canvas for anything to be done. However, saying that, we hadn't quite finished the bits that we needed or wanted to do to bring in some colour.
No kidding. The property's pale complexion isn't the only problem. 2 of the bedrooms aren't actually bedrooms.
Bedroom 4 looks more like, I don't know, a dumping ground when people walk in and chuck their shoes off. The snug was the original bedroom 1. But as the way we've got it, people might not be able to see past the fact that it opens up onto the kitchen.
This bland bungalow needs an injection of colour in the living room, and the confused bedrooms need purpose. It's on the market for £489,950. Last up is business recruitment owner John and his wife Christine. They're looking to sell their 4-bed 19th century terrace with Tudor-style living room and large garden.
The reason we're selling is release some equity. I mean, we're getting a bit older now, so we're sort of thinking retiring soon.
But on the market for over 3 months, with only 5 people through the door, the property won't shift.
Something about the house is putting people off, and we're sort of a bit of a loss what it might be. Yeah, it's a bit puzzling, really.
Maybe it could be down to your style, with only 2 of the bedrooms being presented as bedrooms and downstairs looking confused.
We don't have the same taste, no, I mean, but we do come to a compromise.
A lot of the furniture we've inherited, so it's not particularly my style, but I've had to work with it.
John and Christine's 200-year-old cottage feels just that, thanks to the dated decor in the dining room and underused bedroom. It's on the market for £495,000. So it's Anne and Tanya's classical cottage, Kathy and Steve's bland bungalow, and John and Christine's confused cottage, all battling it out to win an offer from my buyer, Holly. But first, all 3 sellers get a chance to snoop around each other's houses, looking for problems and picking up tips. First up, Kathy and Steve's bland bungalow. Kathy and Steve have gone to great lengths to create the perfect home for themselves, and I can't fault them on its immaculate presentation. But as the house has been extended, it's sort of lost its way. 2 of the 4 bedrooms now feel like sitting rooms, and the sitting room itself is very stark and lacks any sense of style. They're really going to have to think about their buyers instead of themselves if they want to clinch a sale. First to look are John and Christine.
Okay.
Well, curbside appeal, 0, I think.
With nice gravel.
First stop, the lounge. Or is it a waiting room?
A chair there and the chair over there and the chair there. I mean, how do you talk to each other?
Well, I don't know, megaphones or something, maybe?
You have 2 of you there that actually like each other, and then everybody else at the other end of the corner.
They're not a fan of the lounge. On to what should be the 4th bedroom.
What is it?
I don't know. It's a small room.
It's got a wardrobe, it's got a fish tank, it's got some drinks down there, so is it a bar?
No stopping for refreshments. Off the kitchen is the snug.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Bedroom
okay.
3, I guess.
I don't know. Is it a bedroom? It's almost like they don't know what to do with the space.
The bungalow is on the market for £489,950.
I suppose that's not far off, you know, for the space in the house. It's spacious, even though it's a bit confused.
Yeah.
There is some work that you would need to do, so
It's quite pricey.
I think.
Next up, it's John and Christine's confused cottage.
This is a charming cottage with lots of wonderful, quirky features, but there are several parts of it that just don't quite work. There's lots of dark, mismatched furniture everywhere. Some of the rooms feel very dark and uninviting, and I feel that the bedrooms upstairs just aren't being shown to their best advantage. Add all of that together, and it probably explains why it hasn't had an offer in the last 3 months.
First to snoop are Tanya and Anne.
Well, this is nice.
Lovely entrance.
Lovely entrance, beautiful entrance.
Cracking curb appeal into the dining room.
It feels quite soulless.
It's, yeah, sort of.
It doesn't feel like a family home.
Doesn't look inviting, does it?
No.
Let's hope things play out a bit better upstairs in the guest bedroom.
It's got no purpose and
no personality.
no.
It doesn't actually look like it's had any love and care for a long time.
Oh dear. Maybe they can learn a thing or two from the master bedroom.
It's a nice bedroom, isn't it?
Right.
This house has got 4 bedrooms.
Like ours.
2 of them aren't presented as bedrooms. One's
Like ours.
like ours. We need to make them look like bedrooms.
With the inside snooped, just enough time to pop outside to the summer house.
Oh, wow.
Look at this.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
I want this.
This is lovely.
Oh, but look, you see, this is what we need to do, isn't it?
Well, they're feeling inspired. This 19th century cottage is on the market for £495,000.
It feels a bit overpriced to me.
Yeah,
Just a little.
yeah, I think so.
I think people would be a bit upset that it doesn't look what they're expecting for a property of 495.
The asking price has left my sellers underwhelmed, but they did get to learn about the importance of a defined bedroom, and Anne and Tanya got ideas for their outdoor space. Last up, it's Anne and Tanya's classical cottage. This is a beautiful family home and it's been decorated to a high standard. It feels warm, cosy and inviting. But currently only one of the bedrooms is being shown as a double bedroom and this area really lets it down. But the other sellers should take note of the immaculate presentation throughout the house. Kathy and Steve are up first.
It's got character.
It has got character.
The house is nice, but this is the not-so-good feature, being on the main road.
Yeah.
Feelings are mixed on the outside. First stop inside is the dining room.
Well, quite a nice dining room.
Well, maybe we can think about brightening up the...
Yeah, I think it's given us a few ideas.
That's what I like to hear. Kathy and Steve are checking out the lounge.
That's nice.
That's a lovely room. It's obviously then the focal point of a relaxing area. And that's what we haven't got in ours.
A wealth of ideas downstairs, upstairs to the daughter's bedroom.
The colour reminds me of a child, 10, 11-year-old sort of colour.
The orange, is it? I suppose it's like orange and lilac. It's a clash, actually, isn't it? It's not...
Hopefully you'll find things calmer in the master bedroom next door.
Even though this is 3 bedrooms, it comes across as it's got more bedrooms than our place.
Yeah, it does.
It's a smaller house, I guess.
Time to head outside.
It's obviously a very neglected area and...
Yeah, some old baskets there, some old things lying around. It's almost like Steptoe and Son would live here.
It just looks like it's used as a dumping ground.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be an office or just somewhere to store something they don't actually want?
Anne's cottage is the cheapest of my 3 properties today, with a guide price of 450 grand.
450,000, yeah, it seems about right, I would say.
Personally, I'd say that was fair.
Yeah.
I think it's fair.
So they're all in agreement on the price, and everyone saw the importance of showing rooms as they're intended to be used. Today I'm in North Wessex, helping my 3 sellers do up their homes in order to try and win an offer from my buyer Holly, who's looking for her forever home.
So we're looking for a house that is a really good family living space. So the kids can sit and do their homework, I can cook or be part of their lives and still get on with mine at the same time.
After getting the chance to snoop around the competition's houses, my rivals have learned a thing or two which may help them bag a sale.
I think we could definitely change the music room into a bedroom.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go now.
We've realised that we need to give them an identity, each room, as opposed to offering a blank canvas.
We could make it much more appealing to different people by actually presenting it as a double bedroom instead of a singles.
They are inspired. Next, I'll give them some style advice, £1,000 and 7 days to get things shipshape. Starting with Anne and best friend Tanya, with their classical cottage, which has 3 good-sized bedrooms, but only one of which is being shown as a double.
You've obviously got incredibly good taste, because the whole house, like I say, is lovely.
We like her.
But I think it needs to be toned down a wee bit in here.
Yes.
Okay. I think what it needs is a scheme, and it certainly needs a bigger bed.
It does.
One of the ideas that I thought we could do, and it's a subtle wallpaper, but it's still within keeping with the rest of the house, is just that on that wall, on the window wall. So it's almost like a picture frame, and you do the rest of the walls in this colour.
This room doesn't get natural sunlight.
Right.
And I wonder if it might be a bit cold.
A bit cold
feeling.
I don't think that will look cold in here, particularly if you go for like sort of natural linens and like I say, lovely big cushions in a sort of eclectic range. If it does, and I come in here and I go, "Whoa, it's freezing in here, isn't it?" Then you can absolutely do that smug face and go, "Told you." Everybody, when they came in, commented on this and said it was very orange.
It is very orange. Right.
It's horrible. Do you know what? Funnily enough, it's not horrible. The actual thing itself isn't horrible. The colour is horrible.
Yes.
You know how easy this is to change up.
Yeah.
Again, depending on what colour scheme you eventually go for, I would sand it down. I would give it a really good paint, depending on where you're at in your colour scheme.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
A lot of painting.
Yeah. Well, we're good for painting. Good for painting.
Next, to the garden and its posh but unloved shed.
I didn't say this, but some of the other sellers said, well, it feels a bit like Steptoe's junkyard, which...
Yes. I think it's fair comment, actually, I'm afraid.
The irony is that this could be a real asset to the property. 4.2 million people work from home nowadays, so that's a pretty big market. But at the moment, it's not an asset, it's an eyesore, isn't it, really?
Yes.
Painting it, well, you know, if you paint things like this, they come up an absolute
Yes.
Conservation area?
Yes.
So they need to be heritage colours, don't they?
They do.
We're not going to get away with day glow fuchsia pink, are we?
Which would be lovely.
Such a shame. I would go for the sort of soft. There's one called willow green. There's a sage green.
lovely,
There's sort of wedgwood blues, the natural stone, muted clay. There's hundreds of them.
Yep.
And then paint the inside of it. But paint the inside an off-white, which will really make it ping out.
Yeah.
It would be quite nice to think about some sort of seating area. And it could be a low-level bench, it could be an old ottoman, it could be an old trunk. Think about some bunting, some fairy lights, just something to pretty it up. Now, the shed, you don't need a window there, do you? So one thing that you could do is you just put a sheet of MDF over the top of it and paint it in a colour, probably the colour of this. And then, because you know that lovely little bird box that you've got up there? You could do a collection of bird boxes on it in lots of different colours.
Oh, we like that.
Make this look like the rest of the space.
Okay.
Right. She says.
Yes, okay.
Within 7 days.
Got it.
For £1,000.
No problem.
This is such a beautiful property, and I love the fact that Anne and Tan are so passionate about it. But the trouble is there are certain areas, like the garden and the master bedroom, that really let it down. And I sort of get the feeling that Anne has slightly rested on her laurels and thinks that the house will just sell. Well, that clearly isn't the case. When you're selling a house, every single area of your property has to look immaculate.
I can't wait to get started, actually, especially outside, because obviously that's the bit I knew really needed doing, and that I just hadn't got round to sorting out. So that's the bit that I'm itching to get started on.
And they don't waste a second. Time to test out my paint ideas on the shed.
Right, come on then, let's do it.
Moment of truth.
Oh, wow.
It's bluer than I expected.
And brighter.
Next colour,
Look at that. Like, see, that's much nicer. That's better.
and the next colour.
Look at that. That's all like it, isn't it?
I think they finally decided.
If she's not impressed, I'm going to be falling out with her big time.
Oh, I've been warned. Inside, daughter Rose is decluttering her room to kickstart a more mature look.
I don't like tidying, and so it's kind of hard. And I've had to keep my bedroom really clean and everything. And I haven't liked that at all.
With the less posh shed also given a lick of paint, just enough time to lubricate their hinges.
Oh, it's so good.
Next up, John and Christine's confused cottage, with purposeless guest room upstairs and this forgotten dining room downstairs.
This is something that the other sellers picked up on when they came in, to this room in particular. They said that it felt like a real mismatch of... You've got a lot of stuff going on in here.
Yeah.
You know, the curtains are lovely, but they don't quite go with that, and then the rug doesn't really get... It doesn't flow, this room.
Yeah.
It jars. What I think would work really well in here, because this is quite a good family house as well, is that you create, in that corner where everything is that you create almost like a bench seat with a table there. And then
like that
here, have a wing-back chair.
Oh, really?
So you're, you know, it's that kind of...
Yeah.
I've had a glass of, you know, I can sit with a glass of wine and look at my candles.
Yeah.
Another lovely thing to do with this, find lots of old antique frames, and then you can spray paint them different colours. Why are you pulling that face?
Well, I don't really know what you're talking about, but I mean,
Am I talking Japanese?
it's very creative, so yeah.
I think it could look glorious in here, I really do. You've got a beautiful house.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We just need to showcase it a bit more.
Yeah.
Right, upstairs to the music room.
Right.
Okay.
After you.
This house has 4 bedrooms, but you'd never guess.
Whose music room is this that I'm about to destroy?
I'm the culprit, yeah.
You've not got time for music now. You're going to be too busy packing up to go into your new life.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Unless you show a room for its intended purpose, people cannot see it. So you've almost got to say, it is a bedroom, here is a bed.
Yeah,
which is literally...
I find that a bit
point
strange,
taken,
but
yeah.
yes, you're absolutely right.
I think you can afford to be quite brave in here. And when I say brave, I'm talking pitch blue.
Over the walls.
Not all of them.
Oh, I see. You're going to have like a feature wall, or maybe.
I would be quite tempted to do that wall and that wall, and then the rest of it white. I can't wait to come back and see it.
No, you won't be disappointed.
I've given them lots of ideas and lots of inspiration. He looks utterly terrified. Christine, on the other hand, is coming round to the ideas, but whether or not they can put them into practice within the budget and within the time frame remains to be seen.
Slightly shell-shocked because I'm having to rethink, colour schemes that maybe I wouldn't have thought about before, because obviously I have like a preference. But I really like some of the ideas that Amanda's come up with.
I'm glad you're on board. First stop for John and Christine, a visit to the local shop to find a wing-back chair. But they're easily distracted.
Guess how much?
£25.
8.
8?
We'll have that. I mean, we could probably put that in the bedroom.
Yeah, it looks quite
even
nice
we could even go in the dining room.
Nice idea.
How about Pinocchio for the bedroom?
I won't lie to you, John, that's maybe a step too far. Don't forget why you came here in the first place.
They're really nice, actually.
Yeah.
That's not a wing-back chair.
We'll buy this chair.
We'll have this one?
Yep.
Oh, too late.
Thank you very much.
Finally, it's Kathy and Steve's bland bungalow. It's on the market as a 4-bed, but 2 of the rooms aren't bedrooms, and the living room's just a cold, empty space.
Are you surprised that it's not sold?
Yes, very
you?
surprised.
You've got to make yours stand out.
Yeah.
And at the moment, this isn't standing out. So that's why we've got to bring together a lovely sort of grand scheme in here.
Yeah.
So when people look at it online, they go, oh, hang on a minute, I might go and look at that. Which brings me on to this room here.
Waiting room.
I use
Oh, God, you've stolen my line! Because there's a lot of furniture in this room. Way too much. Yeah. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
But because the fireplace is in front of the door, it's quite hard to dress the room accordingly. So you get, like, dado rail, and you make 2 sort of rectangles there and that side, and then you wallpaper those.
Okay.
Almost like a picture frame, if that makes sense. These are the sort of colours that I was thinking. And then you go for a colour like that, like a very soft... Let's call it pebble.
Pebble. Yeah.
Who's doing all the work?
Me.
Where are you then?
Cornwall.
Oh, nice. So you're doing the whole lot yourself? Should we go into the snug? Come on.
This room is on the floor plan as the 2nd largest bedroom.
So you are marketing this as a 4-bedroom house, but really only 2 of them are dressed as bedrooms.
Yes.
What you've actually got is 3 sitting rooms and 2 bedrooms. You have to turn this back into a bedroom. But in order to turn it back into a bedroom, you can't have doors going to the kitchen, because then it's just going to look a bit weird. You plasterboard the kitchen side, and then here, an option is instead of bricking up the doorway, is that you just disguise it. You just get a rail, like a curtain pole, and then you just get a lovely big piece of sort of interesting fabric, and you just drop it to the floor.
Yeah.
If you're boarding it the other side, why could it not be quite a thin, narrow wardrobe?
I mean, it'd have to be a thin wardrobe. For like tiny little people, because actually, that's not that deep, is it?
No.
It's like a doll's wardrobe. I don't think she's that taken with your wardrobe idea. Should we go and have a look at the other confusing bedroom?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
What is that? Study? Bedroom? Let's go look at it. Let's go look at it.
This room really needs some identity.
There's nothing about this room that makes you walk in and go, oh, wow, this is a lovely space. Even your fish looks a bit bored.
I know.
And you would be amazed at the amount of buyers that will walk in here and go, well, this isn't a bedroom, it's not a bed in here. And I need 4 bedrooms. And then they walk out, and that's it, you've lost them. So what we have to do with this room is, A, we have to put a bed in it. All these files and things that are up here, how many of them do you need and use and have to access on a...
No, they could go in storage.
Right, so you take this out, to keep the top shelf and the middle shelf, and then have a desk running along here. There's a furrowed brow behind you again. Why is your brow furrowing, or is that just your natural state?
It's my natural state. I'm actually agreeing with you. That sounds really good.
With the walls, we keep it quite simple. I don't know what your feelings are about this, but I'm going to throw it at you and see if that brow furrows any more. So I'm thinking... see, these picture frames, you can actually put photographs in them. We can have one of you, Steve, with your furrowed brow right there. It's always tricky, isn't it, when you're trying to sell a house and live in it at the same time. Now, this configuration works perfectly well for Kathy and Steve, but it's not working for buyers because they've only had 1 person through the door in the last month. They've got an awful lot of work to do. They need to inject style, personality and colour, and they've only got 7 days to do it.
What we are trying to do is brighten it up, make it more appealing, making it more obvious to what the different rooms are. So I think the advice is perfect.
Just enough time for Steve to do a quick declutter before he hits the road. Time for the furniture to come out and the lost bedrooms to be uncovered.
Today is Action Stations. Everything that's moving out is going out. everybody that needs to do jobs in are coming in. We've got everybody to help us, friends, neighbours, to help us do the bit. So today, by the end of today, it will feel like we've taken a great big step forward.
In the living room, the preparation begins for my grand scheme. With everything good to go, it's on with the first coat of the soft pebble, leaving room for the panels.
Wow.
That's good, Kathy, isn't it?
Looks fantastic.
Yeah. What a change.
Yeah.
Today I'm in North Wessex, where my 3 sellers are doing up their homes in the hope they'll win an offer from my buyer, Holly.
I'd love to have a property that has a feature to it, something with a wow factor. We don't want your standard, boring-looking house. Something a bit more quirky would be nice.
At John and Christine's confused cottage, it's about reinstating the lost bedrooms.
It is the end of an era.
And giving the disorganised diner a smart new look. John's getting handy with some DIY for the dining room.
Amanda was suggested that we put in sort of like an L-shaped bench seat. So luckily I've got some wood lying around, so that's where the fairly average carpentry skills get tested. So basically just cutting that to size, piecing it together, and then should be ready to go, hopefully.
So it pays to root around at home. Total cost, 0. Over at Kathy and Steve's less bland bungalow, Dave the decorator is adding glamour to the lounge with wallpaper panels, making it more memorable.
Bit like decorating a cake, isn't it?
Yeah, but you get the joys of eating it.
Yeah, I've seen these in large, very large, like stately homes and Victorian houses that have got great big, high ceilings, have massive big frames like this.
And Kathy's enlisted the help of handyman Pete to block off the entrance to the snug from the kitchen, so it will soon become a bedroom again.
I think this is going to be fantastic. I always think that unless you've been trained to do something like DIY stuff, you're going to spend a lot of money getting the wrong thing, slightly doing the wrong thing, and you're far better off getting somebody in who knows exactly how to do it.
Excuses, excuses. At Anne's classical cottage, the bedrooms are growing up, and decorator friend Tanya is giving the posh shed the loved look it's always needed. And they're spreading their love for the shed, this time by spraying an old wicker basket.
Well, Amanda wanted some seating, so Tan very kindly said, oh, well, you could use my dog blanket box.
Or can I have a go?
Oh, yes.
Spray painting's a cost-effective way of making an old chest ping on a photo.
Having a little bit of a drink, along with your DIY, does make the hard work a lot easier.
Well, it certainly made you productive. Cheers. Back at John and Christine's no longer confused cottage, the bedroom is getting the feature wall I suggested.
It is quite dramatic, so yeah, it's looking good.
Out in the garden, daughter Lucy's arrived to help paint up some old frames and put some chic into 2 shabby old chairs to go in the diner.
It's pretty bright. It's not red, it's more pink. It's going to look like you've painted your chairs with a lipstick. It'll be the splash of colour that you need.
Let's hope so. Back at Kathy's bland bungalow, my sumptuous look is starting to show. With the stud wall sealed, it's goodbye to the kitchen view.
My wonderful snug has gone, but actually it's going for a wonderful purpose, and the whole purpose of it is that we move to Cornwall.
Let's finish the makeover first. In the family room, decorator Dave's been busy putting up my picture frame style feature wallpaper.
There we are. What do you think of that then, Kathy?
That is really brilliant,
It is
Dave.
really lovely.
Yeah.
More like a room now.
Yeah.
Smashing, yeah.
Exactly. And with that daybed built and in place, it will make this room truly multi-purpose. Back at Anne and Tanya's classical cottage, they're having another drink and they've gone totally off-piste with my idea for the feature wallpaper in the bedroom.
It was quite a
Substantially
modern...
different from
Yeah.
the feel of the rest of the house,
Yes,
wasn't it? Whereas this actually is very much in keeping with all the very sort of Victorian-y style. And I know Amanda wanted me to repaint that wall, but I'm sorry.
You will be.
I really like this because I think it makes it sunny and bright without being too much.
At least they've gone with my idea of updating those old pine units.
So the first thing we need to do is to prepare this and give it what's called a key so that the paint will stick. Now we've prepared it, next bit is painting. This is the fun bit.
Painting them in light chalk colours is a cost-effective way of making them much more modern.
What's the difference between pink and dusky pink?
It's dusky.
Excellent.
It's all about careful planning to decide where the colours go.
Green and pink.
No, that can't be blue, that's got to be green.
Oh, yeah. And then underneath that would have to be blue. I'm going to draw Amanda. She's saying I like it.
No, I love it. It's got to be I love it.
I do love it. The likeness is uncanny. At John and Christine's not-so-confused cottage, the old piano room is becoming a bedroom and the once-cluttered diner is now brighter with upcycled furniture to boot. But they've got one more trick up their sleeves to bring the new bedroom to life. Go on, John. Show us your origami.
Take a A4 bit of paper, cut it off into a square, and then you start folding. It does come together eventually. And give the wings a bit of a curl. 5 minutes, a few more to make.
Impressive. John's available for any weddings or upcoming bar mitzvahs.
We're so pleased with the end result. It's been very hard work, but it's really transformed the 2 rooms, and we're just hoping it's going to go, be sold very soon.
Before, the dining room was dark and overlooked, but now it's come alive thanks to a bright, cohesive scheme, country-style colour choices and accessories. Total cost £793.
So much nicer!
Yeah.
Sorry.
Isn't it? It was so...
Sorry, I'm going to be shrieking, but I'm shrieking because I love it. What a difference!
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's unbelievable, really.
It's within keeping with the rest of the house, It's still got that lovely cottage feel, but it's a modern cottage feel now. 10 out of 10 for this room.
Oh,
Can we go and look at the music room?
Yep.
It is no longer your music room.
It's now bedroom.
Show you go.
Yep.
This is your piece de resistance, this bit, isn't it? Oh, I can't wait.
And in the bedroom, things no longer feel forgotten. Instead, it feels defined, fresh and inviting. Total cost £262.
Oh,
Okay,
God, look!
What do you think?
Oh, I love it. And I know I keep saying I love it, but I genuinely... Oh, it's so much nicer. You were quite apprehensive when I held that colour up against the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's fair enough.
But, it works.
I think it's because it's on one wall, and we've also done the cupboards as well. It actually works really well. I think if all the walls were done in it might have just made the room go...
I think you've enhanced your chances of selling this,
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, we definitely think so, yeah.
You've made such an amazing difference to 2 what I felt were really sort of unloved, unused rooms. They now feel warm, welcoming and inviting, and I'm going to steal that idea.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you like it.
At Kathy's now 4-bed bungalow, my curtain idea is going up in the old snug. What doors? I can't see any doors. It just leaves enough time for those all-important finishing touches.
This house is definitely more saleable now. It's inviting. It's sort of come and live in me. It's that sort of property.
Before, this room was bland and uninviting. Now, thanks to the use of colour, eye-catching wall panels and clever rezoning, it creates a memorable impression. Total cost £1,295.
Wow. Oh, isn't it lovely? I don't know why I'm whispering. I feel like I'm in a cathedral because of the light. It's absolutely beautiful. Isn't it?
It is.
Do you love it?
I think it's absolutely fantastic.
This has just come up a treat, hasn't it? Love the way you've rezoned it. It suddenly feels so much more spacious and finished, whereas before it kind of didn't. What's lovely about that part of the room is that the fireplace, which sort of felt like an add-on and got a bit lost, now is a real focal point, isn't it? The panels frame it beautifully.
It's not a waiting room.
No, gosh, no. Well, it is. It's a very posh private doctor in Knightsbridge sort of waiting room, isn't it? Harley Street, yeah.
From the waiting room to the smallest bedroom, which was characterless and forgettable, but now is a fun-filled family room with a multi-purpose use. Total cost £591.
That office space now, so clever, because you've really made full use of the whole little alcove, haven't you? And it's lovely.
Yeah. Surprising how much bigger it looks.
Last but definitely not least, the old snug. Now a stylish double bedroom with clean lines and minimalistic styling. Total cost £601.
Oh my God! Wow! It's huge! Oh gosh, it's lovely. I know I keep saying that, and I know I keep I literally don't believe I'm in the same room. You've just opened up such an enormous range of buyers now, whereas before it was just really confusing. confident now that you'll get a sale?
Very.
Very confident, aren't we?
You should be.
Very. Yeah.
You should be, because it works now. It flows. It's got a proper structure. You know, you've got your bedrooms this end of the house. You've got your living accommodation that end. You've got that glorious garden. I think you've done a tremendous job.
At Anne's now less classical and more contemporary cottage, the paint's dry on the upcycled unit. Just time for it to get shabbied up.
So you just do the corners, just the bits, you see, where you would have wear in normal life.
Outside, it's up with those bird boxes, as steel at £5 each.
Oh, we love the chap who supplied these. He's done such a nice job on picking the colours.
Just enough time for those all-important finishing touches.
You like it?
I do.
That's all right then.
I like it a lot, in fact. Don't want to go.
Despite our differing style choices, the bedroom does now feel grown up, thanks to the contemporary feature wall, stylish double and colourful dresser. Total cost £791.
Wow. It's absolutely nothing like I told you to do it. It's lovely, though. I would have liked to have seen the walls changed.
I know.
And it's weird, isn't it? Because you say that this is the same colour as your bedroom.
It is.
It doesn't look it at all.
No,
This looks
isn't.
purple to me, whereas next door looks blue. Even though you've been very naughty and you've not listened to me at all, what you have done is be a little bit clever by transforming this back into a master bedroom. Because last week, it is the biggest bedroom in the house, but it didn't feel like it last week. She had the little single bed and it was all full of sort of teenage paraphernalia. But now it's a classy, classic master bedroom, which will only increase your chances of selling the house. I mean, it's beautiful. It really is.
Outside, they've created a modern workspace which has major buyer appeal, thanks to the use of heritage colours, New England styling and matching accessories. Total cost £680.
Oh, it's so pretty. You've really, really done a lovely job out here. Are you pleased with it?
Yes?
Yes.
It's great.
I love it, and I wish I'd done it years ago. I
Now you're going to not enjoy it.
I know.
Because you're going to be moving.
How bad is that?
It's beautiful. It's really, and by using all these lovely soft, gentle colours, it's really pulled the whole space together, hasn't it? Do you feel that you've enhanced your chances of selling? I certainly do.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this now, it's a proper room, isn't it? It's a proper usable space. It's another reception room, effectively, isn't it?
absolutely.
So, you know, you've added 10, 15,
Yeah.
20 grand
Yeah.
immediately.
It's lovely. I think it's wonderful. I really do. Well done.
In North Wessex, my three rival sellers have pulled out all the stops to transform their homes. Kathy and Steve revived two lost bedrooms and their lounge has been given a memorable injection of style.
It's definitely more saleable now than it was a week ago. Without question, isn't it?
100%.
John and Christine have transformed their confused cottage with a bright new diner and smart new bedroom.
Yeah, I think if we were looking at this house for the first time, I think we would want to buy it, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
And Anne and Tanya feel they're ahead of the competition thanks to all their hard work.
I think if they don't pick my house, then they're silly.
Well, time to see what buyer Holly thinks, starting with Anne's contemporary cottage.
So your first impressions of the property, because you're in real village life here, right?
It does worry me about the road, but, you know...
Once you're actually inside the cottage, you can't really hear it, and I think it's one of those things that you would just get used to. Yeah. All right, well, let's get inside and have a little look, shall we?
Downstairs, there's a dining room, kitchen and bright, welcoming lounge.
What do you think?
It's really cute, really cute.
Have you looked at anything like this?
No, I think on paper, when we see things online as well, it tends to get ruled out for being maybe a bit too quirky for us. But in actual fact, when I'm in, it's got a nice warm family feel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect for your two kids. Upstairs, there's 3 bedrooms, including that reinstated double.
So you've got 3 bedrooms in this house, but you've got a space outside which we can talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
What about the size?
Yeah, I think it's good. You're not shuffling around the bed.
Decor-wise, style-wise?
Not a big fan of the birds, to be perfectly honest, but it's,
I didn't suggest the birds. I just thought I'd just flag that one up.
The colour's not offensive, though. You know, it's something to work with. Yeah. It's light.
Let's go and have a little look at the outside space, because I know that's really important too.
Sure.
After you, my lovely.
Outside, beyond the well-kept garden, is the posh shed, which could be an ideal workspace for Holly.
This is really surprising, actually. There's a lot more to it than when you first see it down there. So, yeah, this is really pretty as well.
Would you have this as your office?
I think it'd be lovely to work out here, especially in the summer. You can throw the doors open.
What do you think this is on the market for?
Well, I think given it's only 3-bed, maybe around the 495 mark, something like that.
Offers in excess of 450.
Oh, OK. Oh, that's surprising.
Excellent. Well, let's go and look at some others, because I think it's always good to compare. But this is a good start.
It's a hit. Time to view John and Christine's now light and bright cottage.
It's a very different concept. Again, this was built in the 1800s, and it's got such a huge scope for potential. What's going through your mind?
So, first impressions, beautiful. I like the idea of kids on bikes out there, no one's speeding past.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a lovely feel to it.
It's got a great feel.
That's the upside to it.
Brilliant. All right, should we get inside and have a little look?
Yes, please.
Come on, then.
Thumbs up outside. Inside, there's a lounge leading to the Fresh Look diner.
Oh, this is lovely.
Hang on a minute. This is country kitchen. This is cottage. This is cosy. You're not a fan of the old exposed brickwork,
I'm not,
are you? But you could plaster over that if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And that would instantly make this feel much more modern.
Yeah, I think it could possibly work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Downstairs went well. Onto that refreshed bedroom.
It's nice.
It's pretty, isn't
This is lovely with the high ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your gut telling you about this one?
It's not your cookie cutter property, is it?
Certainly
so my
not.
gut feeling is, yeah, I quite like it. It's got potential. I think it wouldn't take much to actually change it into something with a wow factor.
Yeah. In terms of the price, what do you think this is being marketed at?
Maybe 510, something like that.
495.
Oh, really? Oh, OK. So it still gives us that bit of money to play with. Yeah.
Right, let's continue.
Thank
Let's
you.
go and look at something completely different yet again.
With something she liked in both properties, let's see what she makes of Kathy and Steve's.
This, to me, on paper, has more of what you've asked for than any of the other ones. Should we get inside and have a look?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
First, the repurposed snug.
It's got a nice feel to it, hasn't it?
You've got the master bedroom down there with the ensuite, and then you've got the 2 other bedrooms, and this, I guess, is the second biggest bedroom.
Yeah.
But you also have an office space as well. So, yeah.
That works really well with us.
So style-wise in this room, it's more modern, isn't it? It's not so country kitchen, I guess.
No, this is really what we're aiming for.
Lots of boxes ticked. Let's hope the lounge wows.
Wow. Fantastic.
And kitchen there.
It's been really nicely done. And this ticks a huge box in terms of a really nice family space. Yeah, which is good.
I'll show you the kitchen in a second.
Yeah.
But this to me, you know, when we first sat down and you said to me the number one most important thing was to have a big space that we can all be together as a family, this is it, isn't it?
This is it, yeah. This colour of the walls and things I like. I think it works really well.
But it's a good space, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. I can imagine sort of kids playing and a bit of a grown-up area, and yeah, I think that would
Wonderful.
work well.
Would you like to see the kitchen?
I'd love to see.
This room could fit all her family and then some.
What do you think this is on the market for?
So this is going to be the higher than the other 2, I think, just given how much house you've got already.
Yeah.
So probably closer to the 540 mark, something like that.
489,950.
Oh, really?
Yes. All right, let's go and sit down and have a good think about all 3 of them.
OK, thank you.
This could be tricky. Time to find out if Holly has a clear favourite.
Holly, it's been a brilliant day. You've seen so many different types of properties, and I think they've all had something that you've liked, haven't they?
They have, and you've definitely opened my eyes to looking at some different properties as well. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, let's go through them and try and work out where we go from here.
Okay.
We'll start with the 3-bed cottage in that lovely little village with the garden studio. Final thoughts on that one?
It's a beautiful location, really pretty property.
lovely.
It's not quite big enough, you know, we'd have to consider extending.
Yeah.
I think that might give me a headache, only because of all the regs and the planning permission troubles that we might, you know, worry about.
Then we went to the 4-bed cottage with that amazing garden, and kind of instantly you were there, weren't you? It was, I love this.
Yeah.
What was it about it?
It just had that really nice homely feel to it.
Yeah.
I could see it working, and if we're going to take on a project, I think that would work really well for us. It's got a nice space for now, but we could definitely see, I can visualise extending out the back, you know, rejigging some things
Big glass
upstairs.
extensions. Then we move on to the bungalow.
It was a place where I could kind of imagine living and getting some building work done at the same time and not feeling too disruptive, especially with 2 small children. You don't really want too much disruption there.
So out of the 3, is there a favourite?
Oh, cottage, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think as much as I love the interior of the bungalow, I think long term, yes, the cottage needs work doing to it. Yes, it needs renovating, but that gut feel is, I think I'd rather have something a bit more quirky on the inside and the outside.
What are you going to do now?
I'd like to go back and look at the cottage again with the big garden. I'd like to maybe look at the bungalow just to weigh, you know, have some compare and contrast. Let's get hubby in, have a look round with him.
And look
the
at
kid's
both of
quite opinionated about these things, so let's get them to have a look as well.
Yeah. Good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
It's
Thanks
been
for a great
brilliant
day.
fun. It's been really good.
Thank you.
So, a great result for John and Christine.
Wow.
Sounds good. Sounds
Really?
very good.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing. Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, we're very pleased. So all that effort seems to have paid off.
The other sellers may not have been top of today's pack, but with all their hard work and the stunning transformations, they'll be well on their way to selling.
I'm really impressed that it's that close, to be honest, because we were the odd one out. So I'm impressed that we came that close, and hopefully now more people will see actually how special this property is.
I'm pretty sure that what we've done is actually going to make the house much more appealing to everybody else. So it can't be a bad thing, can it?
A few weeks on, Kathy has had some fantastic news.
Really excited. We've sold the property with the designs and the changes in the house. People came along, absolutely loved everything that we had done and decided to buy it. So we should be about 4 weeks away of us going down to join Steve in Cornwall, and we can't wait.